Good morning, everybody. It is 5 a.m. I just finished doing my weigh-ins and my pictures for check-ins. We are 2 pounds down again, bringing us to a new low of 148.2. I can't remember the last time I weighed this, honestly. Like, it's been a minute. So I just kind of figured that I'd show y'all what the shape is looking like, because it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be seeing some things. Wait a minute, wait. So yeah, that's what we're working with. We're gonna go have some brekkie because I'm hungry. We are back. It's currently 11, and coach got back to us about our check-ins. Everything stays the same. We're doing so good. We're down another 2 pounds. So I hit a new low this morning, sitting at 148.2. That's 2 weeks in a row that I've lost 2 pounds in a week, so pretty big change. Like, I feel pretty good. Every day is different. Every day is different, but like food and satiety, like specifically, it's been a pretty good week. I haven't really felt the need to be like starving or like thinking about food a lot. We're pretty dialed in. I had a refeed on Friday. Sourdough, steak, french fries, little kale coleslaw. Oh, so good. Definitely brought me back to life a little bit, and we're plugging along. So nice to see a drop despite having that refeed, and the fact that food is staying the same, cardio is staying the same. We're chilling. I honestly, like, over the course of my prep so far, I've only had one food drop. Cardio has kind of gone like this, but like one food drop. Obviously my metabolism is doing its thing, but coach did say that like we'll probably see another drop here in terms of food at like the 12-week mark. So we got another week or two sitting at where we're at, depending on how the body responds. But yeah, I'm having my second meal of the day. I have a rest day today, a complete, total rest day. Thank God. No cardio, no lifting, everything worked out. So we chillin'. And the sun finally came out, all right? I don't know about you guys, if you're in Alberta or Calgary, but like, it's been the coldest fucking wettest July ever, and we finally have sun. Girl's gonna do her computer workout here. We're gonna do some tanning, and we're gonna rest. And I'm so excited. Oh. Also, we have coffee today. I feel like I just need a little celebratory something, because like, wins are wins, and these were pretty big wins. So venti iced coffee, 4 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, and then I put a little bit of like my liquid stevia in there, and cinnamon powder, a little bit of cinnamon. So wow, prep has been an experience. It has been such an experience. I feel like I'm learning more about myself, like with every waking moment, every day, every hour, every lift, every mental breakdown. Learning so much about myself. What I was actually saying to my mom and my boyfriend the other day is that it's like prep really like is stripping away any sort of bullshit that I used to hide behind, and it's making me be super real with how I'm feeling when I'm feeling it, and also my priorities and my goals, my mindset. It's not creating any of this stuff, it's just simply putting it on display for me to look at and evaluate and deal with, which I find is super interesting. So we're going through it. We're going through a bit of a journey, the highs and the lows. So yeah, that is today's update. Just under 13 weeks out. It's gonna be a good day. Let's make it a great day. Oh my god, she lives! Cheers. That is straight up cotton candy. Okay. Oh my god, I got like carbonated splash. This is today's cardio buddy. A little bit lower caffeine, which I'm gonna get into why in a bit here, but I've been MIA. Last time I recorded anything was 2 Wednesdays ago, 2 check-in days ago. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster. Holy Dinah. We got some protocol updates. I got a lot of thoughts to share, and I just kind of want to get them off my chest before I go in and do some cardio, some posing, and some recovery. So, shall we? So, first things first, I think it's best we talk about what has changed in my protocol. Last week, my weight did not move at all. So, coach said, all right, it's time. It's time for another food drop. It's time to switch things up. And carbs got cut pretty significantly. My total calories dropped pretty significantly on my training day, especially. My rest days, they also did drop a little bit. Today is actually my first rest day on this new protocol, so we'll see how hunger cues go. But yeah, my training days dropped significantly. We have a new menu also, a new meal plan, and I feel like my body kind of came back to life with that new food, so I'm really excited to finally have a switch because I had been eating the exact same stuff for the last, I don't even know how far. We are 12 weeks out as of yesterday. In terms of how I'm feeling physically, we're tired. I definitely notice that if I don't time my meals right, it's not good. Meal timing has to be utmost priority. Mentally, anxiety again has still been pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, I was snooping around and talking to some friends and some family members about inquiring about going on some anti-anxiety meds because it's never affected me like this before. Just the way that it's like infringing on everyday things, like going to the grocery store. Literally just like I could have one task that just something that I've never struggled to do before, and all of a sudden it's like the world will end if I don't do it, if I do it, if I do it this way, if I do it that way. There's no way around it. So going on meds was something that I was considering last week. Since then, I've done so much reflecting over the last week, 10 days, to really, again, step back and look at where this anxiety is coming from. And knowing that prep isn't causing any of this. Yes, it is an extra stress on my life, but it's just stripping down what is currently going on. There's nowhere to hide. So I'm just using that to my advantage, and I'm being like, okay, what needs to change in order to make things simpler, make things easier, and make things a little bit more peaceful in my mind, my body, and my soul. A lot of things came up, so changes are in the works. I'm scared, but I'm also excited, and I think that feeling is the greenest flag to go ahead and jump in. Just really, really listening to those intuitive signals that, even though may feel suppressed by all of this noise, they're there for a reason. I just want to be happier in life. And I think that I know that these changes are going to get me there. Just a matter of sticking to those commitments and those changes and jumping in feet first. I'll drink to that. Also, sorry, the train is really loud. I hold it together all week, and then the weekend comes around and I just have a full-scale mental breakdown. And then I piece myself back up and we do it all over again. So obviously we can't be having that. Nope, I won't settle for it. So we only get one life. We only get a certain amount of time here, and why spend it feeling trapped? There's so much more out there. So some other updates. I went and got a massage last week. I now just have a rolling appointment every 4 weeks because I definitely notice my body is so much happier when I go and get that body work done. Not only in my lifts, but also my posing significantly improves. I'm also working with one of my coworkers who does fascial stretch therapy to try and just make posing a little bit more comfortable, make it look better, right? I'm getting to the point where I'm really trying to refine my posing, and I'm getting help from a couple different people to make that happen. So yeah, massages, amazing. I feel like my body is just so sensitive. I'm just noticing it. Everything's just getting heightened. What I was going to mention about caffeine. When I was doing some of the research a week or so ago about going on anti-anxiety meds, I found so much on how caffeine can affect and worsen anxiety, which makes sense. Like, I knew that, but I didn't know to the extent that it was, right? Like, it's a neurological stimulant, and all of that shortness of breath, the racing heart, is all worsened by this. So I have significantly reduced my caffeine intake, which is hard because, like, I'm tired. I need the energy, but it makes the anxiety worse. I now only do like a quarter scoop of my pre-workout if I use my stim stuff, and I'm like down to maybe like 2 to 3 energy drinks a week, versus like earlier I was doing like an energy drink every day, half a scoop of stim pre, getting like 500 milligrams of caffeine. So we're not doing that anymore. We've reduced it, and I definitely noticed that it has helped. Because like I said, like, my body's just so sensitive. Kind of on that train too with my supplementing protocol. My fat burners got increased, so my CLA and my L-carnitine got doubled in dose. And I actually put myself back on 5-HTP. So for those of you who don't know, 5-HTP is a precursor for dopamine and serotonin. So all of those like feel-good hormone cocktails, precursor for those guys. So I've actually been on it before in the past with the help of another practitioner on a higher dose, and it helped me so much. So I put myself back on that about a week-ish ago. Already noticed a difference, so I think that was a really good addition to the stack. Okay, so the thoughts that I want to yap about has a little bit to do with the drop that I've had in food. I used to preach about energy exchange on here, like on all of my social medias, when it came to like the feedback I would get about healthy eating and how expensive it is. I get it. Like, it's not cheap to eat good, whole, fresh foods. There's a reason that all of the shit is cheaper, right? It's just part of that vicious cycle, that corrupt system. And I would always say how you need to think of it as an energy exchange. Yes, you're paying more money, but you're getting that equal value back. Like, it is this amount of money that I've worked hard for in exchange for this beautiful nourishment and this fresh food that I get to restore myself with. So I kind of took some of my own advice, and I am starting to use that mentality when it comes to the changes in my food. Instead of living in this like scarcity mindset with, oh my god, like my coach is like taking food, I'm starving, like I have no energy, like all of this, all of that, I'm really doing my best to switch to that energy exchange mindset. So in exchange for smaller portions and lower calories, I am getting this mental resilience and this discipline, and I'm pushing my body to new heights that it's never been pushed to before. And I am creating this physique for this sport that I've poured my heart and soul in. It's the give take instead of just the take, you know? Same with like when I'm doing cardio, right? Like, I'm giving more energy in exchange for this accomplishment and this growth in the sport. I'm definitely at the point in my prep where I've heard things kind of change at that 12-week mark, mindset and physique wise, which I'm definitely seeing in my physique, which I think is translating over to mindset. We're getting lean. We're getting pretty lean. Definitely changing the way that I think about this prep. Starting to kind of be like blinders type vibe. I'm being better about boundaries and protecting what I need to protect in order to get it done. That's something that I was really struggling with in the beginning, and it is now something that I can be a little bit better with. I think that also ties into me accepting those big changes and reflecting on what needs to be different in my life in order to make me happy. I think those also go hand in hand. But yeah, the other thing too, in terms of mindset, knowing that I have support is something that I've always struggled with. Like, I'm a hyper independent, grew up in an alcoholic family, oldest daughter. That says it all right there. I can do shit on my own, and even when I don't have to. Yeah, knowing that I'm not alone, even though I feel lonely, has been something I have to constantly remind myself. I'm allowed to still feel lonely, even though I have people around me supporting me, saying how well I'm doing. Like, I'm still allowed to feel like I'm walking this by myself, because at the end of the day, I'm the only one in my shoes doing this. Nobody's coming to do this for me. So it doesn't matter how many people I have saying, oh my god, I'm so proud of you, you're doing so good, that must be so hard, you're so disciplined. Like, yes, like, the words of encouragement are nice, but like at the end of the day, it's just purely comes down to me being in my own shoes. Finding that balance to understand that I can have that independence while also just knowing other people have my back has been a really big battle too over the last couple weeks. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but moral of the story, I'm hyper independent. I've been needing more support, but I don't know how to take it. So yeah, we're gonna do some cardio, some recovery, do some posing, and yeah, see where the day takes us.